So on this episode of FAFO, a couple of activist judges who really should have watched my videos on 8 U.S.C. 1324 and 1325, harboring illegal immigrants. Whoopsie, must not have been shared enough. Let's have some fun and you guys can vote on who you think is the dimmest light bulb in the box. Welcome to the Dog House. Dummy number one is going to be a Wisconsin Circuit Court judge by the name of Hannah Dugan. So if I've got this straight, illegal immigrant by the name of Eduardo Flores Ruiz was already deported once in 2013. He came back, beat up a couple, a guy and a girl. They press charges, get him in court. ICE shows up to arrest him, and it's at this point that Hannah Dugan decides to make just a really dumb decision.
This was truly horrific. This guy was in court being prosecuted by a state prosecutor for domestic violence battery. He had beat up two people, a guy and a girl, hit the guy 30 times, knocked him to the ground, choked him, beat up a woman so badly they both had to go to the hospital. And John, you know, it's so rare for victims to want to cooperate. They wanted to cooperate. They were sitting in the courtroom with the state prosecutor. The judge learns that ICE was outside to get the guy because he had been deported in 2013, came back in our country, commits these crimes, charged with committing these crimes, victims in court. Judge finds out, she goes out in the hallway, screams at the immigration officers. She's furious, visibly shaken, upset, sends them off to talk to the chief judge. She comes back in the courtroom, you're not going to believe this, takes the defendant and the defense attorney back in her chambers, takes them out a private exit and tells them to leave. While a state prosecutor and victims of domestic violence are sitting in the courtroom. Wow. We could not believe, actually, that a judge really did that.
Something I thought was a little hilarious is they said that arresting her at her own courthouse was a little heavy-handed.
Arresting her, with law enforcement in the morning, I don't know, I assume it was at her house, talk about heavy-handed. I mean, you could have sent charging documents, served her with charging documents. This woman's going to show up in court. So this was about intimidation.
So let me get this straight. If I stole a pack of bubblegums and a cop put me in handcuffs, that would be heavy-handed? Because I'll tell you one thing, that's exactly what would happen. Why? Because I broke the law. I'd even go as far as to argue it's less harmful than letting a violent criminal back out on the streets who literally just got done hurting someone. Even if I'd be willing to come to court, what does that have to do with the initial arrest? A cop witnessed a crime in progress, and yeah, you're going to get that... Or what? Are we supposed to make an exception for her because she's a judge? Because you know exactly where I'm going to go if that's your argument. I agree. Hannah Dugan is a judge, for crying out loud. She of all people should know how to keep things in order, do things by the book, and fill out all the paperwork.
Wazowski, you didn't file your paperwork last night.
Dummy number two is a twin-pack douche canoe hailing from Doñana County, New Mexico. Former magistrate judge Jose Luis Cano and his wife, Nancy, have now been arrested. When asked to provide his take on dealing with illegal immigrants, he said, and I quote, "I like to keep those things in-house."
He is living with a judge and the judge's wife. So they have him arrested first on immigration charges. A Judge Damian Martinez releases him saying that Judge Cano has a good BS meter and wouldn't let just anyone live on his property.
What charges will Cano and his wife face, if any?
So Judge Cano, soon to be former Judge Cano, got his charges were just unsealed. He's charged with obstruction. He admitted post Miranda. He took one of the TDA members' cell phones himself, took it, beat it with a hammer, destroyed it, and then walked the pieces to a city dumpster to dispose of it to protect him. The wife also is charged with destroying evidence. Sandra, not only that, he also had on his cell phone pictures of two decapitated victims, victims, decapitated, gruesome photos, and he was sending them out, and whoever he was sending them to was sending back saying, hey, you need to be careful, you shouldn't be sending these, you shouldn't be texting these photos out. Not only that, these two, the judge and his wife, gave him assault rifles that belonged to their daughter. That's what they're charged with. In the criminal report affidavit, he goes to a shooting range with these assault rifles, with a suppressor, with other known TDA members, and they're shooting. This is the last person that we want in our country, nor will we ever tolerate a judge or anyone else harboring them. Judge Cano is charged with, they were allegedly giving him assault rifles, AK-47s, AR-15s, with a suppressor, a known TDA member, letting him go to a shooting range to refine and perfect his shooting skills.
Madam
What's
Attorney
happened to our judiciary is beyond me.
Yeah.
I understand you guys are almost 70. When Nancy said she wanted to spice things up, I don't think this is quite what she meant. Unless it's exactly what she meant and she brought him home, in which case I have way more questions. Pamela, thank you for all your hard work. Keep it up, but I do have to check you on a little something here. It's possible that this judge would have paid to make certain modifications or buy certain models, but typically all AR-15s and most AKs you can get in the States are not assault rifles. To be fair, he did go out of his way to get a suppressor, and that's a lot of paperwork. Why not throw in some full auto while you're at it? I just know that when I hear AR-15 and assault rifle in the same sentence, it's kind of like most of the things that Jasmine Crockett says. It's like nails on a chalkboard and almost completely untrue. So I want to know what you guys think. On the one hand, Hannah Dugan knew for sure that this guy was an illegal immigrant because she had just got done confronting ICE. On the other hand, Jose Cano had them living with him. Now, neither should be given leniency because they're judges. If anything, they should be held to a higher standard. And regardless, both of them have betrayed the trust of the people they presided over and don't deserve the title of judge. If you think the gold medal should go to, "You forgot to file your paperwork," or "Teaches murderers how to shoot," let me know in the comments. Because liberal, if you like what I do, please leave a like. They really help. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.
Listen to me! Today, I have the chance of a lifetime. But first, I need a man! Get off me! Ah! Don't you want a little taste of the glory? See what it tastes like?